I don't know. I'll do this one. Excuse me, guys. I'm just trying to get set up here. I don't know. You might can see me. You might can't. Well, good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you guys at. Good morning. Good night. My name is, two ways to pronounce it, LaRon. And this week is the first posting of my MS Monday. A little Q&A, as well as me just expressing different theories, commenting on possible posts that I've seen or medication that I've looked up, or just various things, possibly even things about myself. Just like beforehand when I used to post, I'm like an open book. Anybody can ask anybody, any questions. I feel now that I had issues, and I can't think of her name. My actress said it today on the I think it was The View. She had issues. She was sick. She got help for it. She's fine now. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm fine or anything like that, but I went through a stage in life where things happen. I don't mind expressing or talking about it, because I feel that I'm able to help someone that's probably going through the same thing. So that's something that we have to realize as well, that sometimes the bad things that we go through that we don't want to talk about, that we need to push through, hint part of the title. Us pushing through it and talking about it just might help somebody. So, but anyway, Mondays, around about this time might fluctuate, just really depends on what I'm doing. But like I did today, putting that little post out, like the little poster that I did, I'm gonna try and make sure that I have that up when I find out what my schedule looks like. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Pushing through and giving up. This is probably like one of the hardest things a person can go through with an illness like MS, especially when you're diagnosed for the very first time. And hey, everybody, I'm sorry I'm being so rude. Everybody that's jumping on and hey, David, dude, I missed that call, and I really hate that I missed it. I got to catch up with you and my sweetheart Becky. But when I got diagnosed, it wasn't a thought of pushing through or giving up. It was disbelief for a doctor to tell you that you have white spots on your brain. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was just like, oh well, I'm finna die at an early age. What I was 2011. How old was I? 30, 31. Yeah, 31 years old. That was 6 years ago. Yeah, I've been diagnosed for 6 years. Yeah, I just knew I was going to just die. You know what? I guess that is a form of giving up because, I was like, well, there it goes. The funny thing about being diagnosed was the point leading up to me being diagnosed. And this is what made me come up with the title, Pushing Through and Giving Up. Throughout my 6 years of being diagnosed with MS, I found out that MS is like it has a precursor before you actually become diagnosed with MS or you have MS. Something activates it. Nobody really knows what, because we can sit in here and have an argument about what activates it. Stress, depression, trauma, both physical or mental. So we can't, I don't really think that no one really has an actual thing or cause that activates it, but it was the start of my divorce, 2010, summerish. Found out that my ex-wife decided that she wanted to end a marriage. And so inside I exploded, I'm like, wow. And the way that it was done, the way that it was brought up, it kind of destroyed me. And my mind just, I don't know, parts of my brain, I can feel it. It just exploded. It was anger. It was depression. It was, hey, April. It was like the end of the world for me. And it was a situation where, what am I going to do? I love the ideal of marriage. I love being married. So this wasn't supposed to happen, it was supposed to be death do us part. It was my first marriage. And, no one really thinks, after they say I do, that you're going to say, I don't, So, man, I walked the streets. I attempted suicide a couple of times. I had nervous breakdowns, serious nervous breakdowns, to the point that I was almost hospitalized. I went to counseling for my marriage, and that seemed to help for a brief moment. It actually it turned the table a little bit, because I was giving up. I was giving up on life, and I really think that trauma was part of the activation of my MS, of me giving up. And this is a story. These are the stories that I've come across a lot, where a person is going through something and they've given up on it. And it's just, blew up everything. And like with me, when I got diagnosed and I was like, oh, wow, I'm done. I'm finna perish. And to a point, I guess, I felt good about it to a degree. Well, hell, my marriage is over. I'm finna die. Okay. Whatever. Then I talked to a doctor, talked to the neurologist, and the neurologist was telling me about this medication, no side effects. You know, I just have to stick myself 7 times a day. Okay, not 7 times a day, but once every day. And you know, this is a great medication, Copaxone. Yeah. It didn't work for me. I don't know about nobody else. If it's working for anybody else, gosh, I'm so happy for you. But for me, yeah. But it kind of gave me hope. I started pushing through then, and it didn't work. You know, I'm like, I hadn't gave up, gave in. I'm going, you know, I'm putting myself out the pasture. I'm glad that I'm going out because I'm finna lose my marriage. I don't know what's gonna happen with my kids and stuff. And, you know, my kids are very important to me. And I'm like, well, you know, the world, I'm gone, peace. And then the doctor comes and said, hey, we don't have a cure, but we got something that's going to help you. And then I told this story before, but for those who don't know, I basically went from walking to a cane to a walker and dragging my legs and humping over. And it was very, I don't know, I guess I can say embarrassing, because at the beginning, I'm making doctor's appointments and they're asking, do you have any other illnesses? And I'm putting MS, and they're reading the paper and they're like, you got MS? I'm like, yeah. Wow, you don't look like it. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what you're supposed to look like when you have MS. And I've known people with MS that were in worse predicaments than I am. But I'm like thinking to myself, I don't think that is a picture of MS. But as soon as those 6 months went by where Copaxone didn't help, and I got nerve damage, and I went from walking to using all the way down to almost being put in a wheelchair, I'm like, maybe this is. It took me to go through, I think, about a year of giving up, going through even more marital issues, not having anyone to talk to, not having anyone to turn to, really. Having only my kids to try to push me to not give in. It was hard. And to those that are just getting diagnosed, and to those who have been diagnosed for years, that are at that point where I'm like, I mean, they're like, I just don't know what to do. Nothing's not working. Changing medications. I just don't want to do this anymore. It took me a year to go through that. And then my ex-wife was saying that I don't have anything. I can't help you talking wise. Why don't you go on Facebook and you join some groups? And I'm like, whatever. Nah, you know, I don't. I'm shy. I'm being like some of the typical men now that are diagnosed with MS that that won't express what they're going through. I joined a couple of them, and then I saw the transactions or posts and comments and how people were so, you know, showing so much empathy and all of this, and gradually I realized that it is a whole community of people like me, you know, thousands. I feel like possibly millions now around the world that are like me, that are like, I don't have anybody to talk to. My spouse, my friends, my family, they've turned their back on me. And what am I to do? You know, I can't go through this by myself. So we come with that thought of giving up, giving in. I'm lonely. So it took me a while to, how can I say, marinate and go through a couple of groups, adding on to a couple of groups to realize that I can't give in. Why? Because I know for myself that I can, and it's meant for me to be something more than what I am, regardless if I am going to have to carry this walker and this cane everywhere with me, which I still do, because even though I'm still more sexy, you know, I mean, most sexy, you know, my MS, my model, which I haven't used in a while, which I'm gonna start back, you know, I'm still most sexy with my cane and my walker, you know. I think I pull it off very well. And it took me a moment to pull that off. Yeah, I'm being a little conceited. I'm sorry. But we can't give up. We can't give in. Why? Regardless of it being hard, it's because if we give up and we give in, think about all of the kids, all of the grown-ups, all of the elderly, all of the teens, all of the preteens that are going to be diagnosed tomorrow, 2 hours from now, a minute from now, a week from now, a year from now, years from now. If we give up now, what are they going to do? Deep inside of me, I feel like every day, if I push through, I'm getting closer, trying to figure out a way of beating this. If I walk an extra mile, if I stay woke an extra second, an extra minute, that shows maybe at least one person that option of push through or give up. I want to push through. I don't want to give up anymore. I'm getting tired of giving up. Hell, regardless if bedridden or in a wheelchair or in a motorized chair. Hell, excuse my French, forget him. Just because he's walking, that don't mean that I can't do anything. That don't mean that I'm alone. That's why I sit and I try to make myself available if I can, to anybody, because I hope and wish when I'm in the same predicament where I'm down and I'm giving up and I'm giving in, I can find someone just to take one moment to give me the right words or even just the time that allows my thinking, my heart to beat in a different direction versus I can't do this anymore. It was sad when I went to go get my treatment and I seen how packed this doctor, this doctor, the brain fart, what you call the waiting room where you're waiting to be seen. It was so busy. It's normally busy, but it was like busy. Every seat was full. And it was barely people there with, others that, I'm bringing you to come be seen. It was mostly people that are just coming to be seen. And my mind is like blown. And Christina, yeah, well, Christina is not more sexy. Let me correct myself. It's Mo, M-O-E sexy. And no, you cannot have it. That's my title. I'm being stingy. You can't take it. No. But yeah, that's one reason why I talk. That's one reason why I've tried to express myself, because I know that there are people out there that can't speak for themselves, that want to possibly say the things that I've said or I'm about to say. And not to put my religion out on anybody, but I feel this is a purpose for me. And I don't know how much that I can apologize, for my brief absence. I hurt myself, and I know I hurt other people. There was a moment where here recently, my life turned upside down, where I started to stop pushing through. And it was like maybe it had gotten like to here, almost to that brief moment where my floor was about to cave in, and I was like to throw the white flag. And I stopped looking at Facebook. I stopped replying to people. I stopped posting. My surrounded life was just collapsing on me. And I realized that the surrounding doesn't make me. Just like the surrounding doesn't make you, or you, or you, or you. We make ourselves. we are presented with obstacles, problems, situations, issues. And we choose which direction we're going to go with these different things that we're presented. And we sometimes feel that, especially the other person, is the reason why we, and I'm not talking about, let's see, let me put it like this. The way that we respond to it. That's what I mean. The way that we respond to how something happens. Because, like how I responded to my ex-wife telling me that she didn't love me anymore and that she has another man, I could have basically said, okay. And I didn't want to say the word, so, and just went on about my business. And who's to say that I could have went on, I could have become 37 like I am now and not be diagnosed. Or basically, possibly be diagnosed some other type of way because a doctor basically said that I was, could have been diagnosed back in 1999. I was 19, but maybe not showing the extreme signs that I showed. Maybe it could have got diagnosed a little bit later in life versus back when I did. I sometimes look at that as a good thing that I got caught a little early, but still, like now, so that my lesions are active, I have to pay attention to how I respond to things. And that's what we have to push through. We can't give up. We can't sit and say, okay, you said no. Okay, I have a new lesion. Okay, crap, I can't move. And I know this is easier said than done. I've been there where I couldn't get up out of the bed and I just laid and cried because everybody was asleep and I was calling for help because I needed to get up. And no one was there. So it's hard for me to sit and say, to tell someone in a situation like that, don't give up, push through, pray, call Buddha. If you are an atheist, you still believe. And believing is a very powerful thing, regardless of what you believe in. Regardless of who you feel you need to answer to give props to give praise to. Belief is a very powerful thing. Let me see. I'm rounding up on my 30 minutes of talking here. I got 2 minutes left, and I normally, on my previous posts, I open the floor of anybody that's watching to ask questions, anything they would like to know, or anything that might possibly like for me to look into. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be able to get you some good information or anything, but let me close this off. Giving up, push through. It's up to you. I can't choose the path for you. Only thing that I can do is try to be a presentable MS warrior and walk steps that can help anyone get through this monstrous illness. And I am going to try my best. And it's sad that the world is so hateful now. I dislike the world, but I can't help but still feel the way that I feel, and which is that I love. And I deeply love every MS warrior out there that's struggling, that's not struggling, that's fighting, that's just knocking the hell out of this little thing, just boom, 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 that's doing good. Props up to my sister that I feel is doing great, you know. And when I mean she's doing great, as she's doing great at fighting, you know, I know she has her days. So I end this with, if you haven't heard today, this past weekend, this past week, or this past month, or for a while, listen to me and believe everything that I am saying. I love you. Every single one of you guys. And if you feel the need to give up, know that I am just a post away. I'm just an inbox away. Feel free. I said numerous times over and over again, if I can help, I would try my best to. And those that know me from previous posts, they can vouch for that. And I can say that I'm back better than ever. So please tune in also next Monday. Every Monday we're going to get a little deeper and deeper, and we're going to have fun and stuff. So I'm opening the floor for any questions, any, you know, weird or not. I'm a weird person. I try to answer it. So, but I totally thank you guys for watching, and I hope I was able to help someone with anything that they was going through today, whether it was good or bad. But I have some interesting things coming up. I got the interviews. Actually finna get ready to get started on that tomorrow, reaching out to a couple of people. And so if you haven't heard, you can actually post here or inbox me so that I can contact you and get your information. And extremely, I'm reaching out to men, because there are not a lot of men that are expressing what they're going through with MS. And so there are a lot of men that are being diagnosed and they don't know what's going on, and they need someone to talk to. And it would be great to have information or just to hear a story. And so, but yeah, let me know if it's going to be either via phone or like video chat. But I feel it's going to be a great turnaround. It's going to be, I don't care if I just get one person. I'm going to make it great. All right. But yeah, so we got that going on. As soon as I get my video equipment back up and running, I got some great MS funnies coming back. YouTube actually turned one of them off. I'm gonna repost one. I'm gonna repost the one that I can repost, but it took two of them off because I was using music from another artist, and I guess they said that I couldn't use it, but which sucks. Probably try and go back and change the music on it or something, because I did a tribute to us, and I can't play it anymore because it has the song Rise Up on it. But yeah. So let's see. I guess I'm gonna wait a couple of more minutes to see if anybody. Hey Becky, I just see you. Come on. Hey lady, how are you, man? See, I'm seeing all these folks. I am loving it. And the reason for it is because I missed you guys. Man, it was like the best thing in the world for me. And I stepped away from you guys, and I have the slightest idea why I did that. Boom, crazy. But you are a part. There's plenty of you guys that have been a part of how I've been able to change and grow and push through. And the reason why I push through when I do push through is because of you guys. And it is amazing how the world doesn't really know anything about us. And that's something that I want to change. MS awareness is like one of the things that I really want to do, and I gotta dig back deep. Shirts. Putting shirts out again. You guys haven't really seen those. I'm starting to make some more, so please be looking out for that. I have the 2 shirts available for people that don't have MS that would like to purchase a shirt that would love to support an MS warrior. And then I have a couple of shirts that for us that we put on, one specifically for the ladies. Repost that a little bit after the video here, but it's like cool. I'm looking at some of these things here. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't got no I'm sitting up here half naked, so if you saw something, sorry. Apologize. I didn't feel like putting nothing on. But they got this add button on the side, and I'm wondering how that works. I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna see somebody, and I'm just gonna press add, and I'm gonna see what happens. Cause it'd be so cool. This feature adds you on the FaceTime, and I don't know if anybody's used it before. Please let me know how it works, cause I sure would love to use it. If it means that we can add your friends and stuff on your live, and everybody be talking and stuff, and it'd be like so cool. You be like, oh my god, oh my gosh. But yeah. So I guess that's about it. Tune in next Monday to MS Mondays, brought to you by MS Hugs. When you'd rather be hugged by someone you love, MS Hugs makes you mad. Ah, man, I gotta start making commercials for MS. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you, and you guys have a great night. Share, if you would like, make it viral. If not, you know someone that needs to listen to something that I've said, by all means, please share. But I'll catch you guys next Monday or on another post. Inspirational Belief out. I keep pressing the finish button. I'm looking crazy up here and it won't.